I came across an article a while back about how Alice Walker has now turned into a crazy, hateful anti Semite who, um, because they were criticizing the New York Times for letting her share the fact that if she had to pick a book to take to a deserted island, she would choose a book by David Icke called Human Race Get Off Your Knees. And the article um, tried to imagine how she could have turned into this crazy person and speculated what had happened. Maybe she had become radicalized by her phone and by articles she saw online, etc. And I just was aghast and stunned and shocked, and I thought, "Oh my God, what happened to Alice Walker? What happened to her? What happened to the wonderful author of The Color Purple?" The the national treasure that is Alice Walker. She must have lost her mind. I wonder what happened. That's the strangest story I've read, is what I thought. And, you know, I just thought, wow, I mean, how could she fall for, who tricked her into, right? And suffice it, suffice it to say that later on, I realized that I, I, I realized that I was accusing a black woman married to a Jewish man of being racist. Just no. And, I, because I loved her writing so much, and I, I just couldn't believe it. I was being told by this article what a terrible person she is. And I just, um, well, later on I ended up, after all the dominoes started falling down for me, I eventually ended up watching the documentary of David Icke's life. I think it's called Iconic. And I think, and she comes out in it. And I also eventually ordered his books, and that was really difficult for me. Obviously, now I think he is an admirable, courageous, and beautiful human being. But at the time, I was just terrified of, I was like, but he's a conspiracy nut. And if I, just by owning one of his books, that makes me a racist, conspiracy, crazy, subhuman, non human entity. I just was so scared to even go there, um, because I had heard that he was like all these terrible things. And, as a side note, it seemed like a pattern. And so now I'm just always really wary when someone says, "Oh, that's racist," or "so and so is a racist." I'm like, okay, can you show me the evidence? What do you mean race? It's like it seems like it's just something people say to smear you. And I mean, it's like not I mean, is it logical for me to call Alice Walker racist? Is it? It's not.